with the inauguration of President Trump today and what is likely to be some of the changes that would occur in terms of their outlook on the rest of the world, how does that change how you see ASEAN's prospects going forward?
Well, the early indications are that the Trump administration will take a robust view on the foreign policy and security ambitions of the People's Republic of China, and unfortunately on the so-called core interests of China as well. Everybody was struck by the reference made by the nominee Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in his Senate testimony, where he indicated that the United States might wish to consider interdicting access by the People's Republic of China to the reefs, islands that they had claimed as their own and on which they had built installations, and in particular military installations. If really the United States were physically to interdict access by the People's Republic of China to these islands, reefs, and features in the South China Sea, that has a real risk of bringing the US and China into conflict and will really strain an ASEAN consensus that on the South China Sea is immensely fragile. How many years has it taken not to arrive at a code of conduct on the South China Sea? And the pressures on ASEAN might become all the stronger if the United States decides to assert itself in this way in the region.
Prime Minister, you wanted to respond to Dr. Chipman's comments?
I should talk a bit. We go a bit further about the framework of economy, come to the political forum. And this issue is also in relation to the sensitivity within ASEAN, that lately Cambodia is a victim of the South China Sea issue. I would like to speak because today is the day Obama left the administration of his Nyobai toward Asia Pacific of President Obama that bring the complicatedness to Asia. I can say so, because it has been 2 times already that has been working in relations to the South China Sea. And this issue has been blamed on Cambodia successively. I encourage the dialogue bilaterally among the relevant countries. It's true, DOC has been signed in the capital of Phnom Penh. At that time, I was the chairman of ASEAN during that time. In 2012, the 10th of anniversary of DOC, we are working towards COC. But this dispute has been interfered from outside. If leave it to the relevant country to have dialogue, encourage for the dialogue, that would be good. I say with the purpose to protect the relation. One side is ASEAN, one side is China, in which it has a bigger trade volume and has a benefit for all, rather than confrontation. So I do not feel pleased. I criticize that the policy return to Asia, and I appreciate the policy the new president of the Philippines, Duterte. I told the president of the Philippines clearly that during the time he visited Cambodia, America can come. It's up to Philippines, because the Philippines is American basis. So, in this region, there is no outside interference. Then we have harmonization within ASEAN and harmonization among ASEAN and partners, that is their neighbors. That's something I needed to talk. It's different from economy, but it also serves economy. The trade volume between ASEAN and China is big. We need to be protected.
I'd like to hear the comments from the Prime Minister of Vietnam. You had laughed at Dr. Chipman's comments with regard to some of the tensions from China and the U.S. How do you see that from the Vietnamese perspective?
Well, I agree that we need to shelve the past and look toward the future. Every country in the international community needs to ensure peace and stability for mutual development. And for ASEAN, the things that Dr. Chipman just said, I'd like to respond to that. First is the importance of the South China Sea. It has 29 out of the 39 biggest shipping lane of the world. And we all know that this is one of the most flying route of the world too. And therefore, we need to ensure a stable, peaceful, and united sense of unity in the South China Sea. And in order to do that, we need to comply with the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. And all parties concerned needs to go through consultation and negotiations, diplomatic processes in order to solve the disputes peacefully. So, and that is the responsibility of all leaders, whether they are Chinese, American, or Vietnamese, wherever. So the main overarching principle is that we have engaged in discussion with the leaders of the countries concerned, including Premier Lee Keqiang. He agreed that we will work together to conclude a COC, Code of Conduct, by the end of 2017. And Prime Minister Hun Sen and I here will work with other ASEAN leaders to make that happen in order to promote trade and ensure mutual development in ASEAN. And so therefore, in terms of economic issues, we need to work together for mutual development, for security and defense. We will continue to engage in dialogue to maintain an environment of peace and stability. And it is the responsibility of all governments to get together to make that happen, because all governments need to serve the people. So whatever is in the good of the interest of the people, we need to take part in that. So all the initiatives such as the RCEP or the AIIB or the One Belt, One Road programs, these are the initiatives that we have devised together with China. We will promote them together. Now, for the differences, we will try to solve them together peacefully on the basis of international law, and that is a requirement for us. Now, Dr. Chipman said that there is a risk of the conflict between U.S. and China, but I and even Prime Minister Hun Sen would agree that there is not such a possibility, because I believe in the responsibility of the leaders, and I think all countries want peace and stability, not only us.